What's up everyone? I'm Raina. Welcome back to my channel. And on today's video, we are celebrating Leo season with this really yummy, yellow, bronzy halo eye situation. I know, you're so surprised I'm doing another warm tone eye situation, but it's just my favorite. I mean, it's the end of July, it's warm, it's bright, everyone's feeling sexy and feeling good about themselves, and so why would I not want that on my eyeballs? Hello? Before we jump into today's video, I just want to take care of some business real quick. Thank you in advance for being here. I super appreciate you, and thank you also to my newest subscribers. Welcome. I also wanted to invite you to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 15 likes with this video. And I can also let you know that you can go to my website, raina.com, and book a consultation with me. We could do this one-on-one. I can show you exactly how to do this on your specific eye shape, on your beautiful face, because, you know, this isn't your face. That's your face. So let me show you how to do this on that. Let's kiki, let's party, let's do it. So raina.com, you can hit that book a consultation button and then I will get right back to you. But other than that, I think that's everything. So say hi to Bo, he's over there. Let's get it going. Bare-faced and ready. I'm gonna attempt to do this with my hair down today. When I was doing it, it just looked too nice for me to like put it up. So I'm gonna attempt to do this with my hair down, even though we're doing like the whole kit and caboodle today, honey. So we are gonna start with my tried and true primer combo, the Strobe cream in Goldlite and the natural Radiance in Radiant Yellow. I already have on my sunblock. So since I'm doing it all myself, I'm gonna do about that much on my hand. Put the top back on because we clean as we go. And then we do a little schmooch, about that much right on top. So I'm really dry, so I like to add as much moisture as possible. So I'm getting that from the Strobe cream, but then with the natural Radiance, it's just gonna help balance out any redness, even though like me rubbing it in my face is making me red. It just kind of balances out any redness, and just kind of like, I don't know, it just balances everything out. Technically, it's supposed to be more for people with oily skin, but I like the way that it sits on pretty much everybody's skin, so it doesn't bother me too bad. Next, we're gonna go in with the Studio Radiance Face + Body. It's Face + Body foundation, but I'm actually gonna be mixing two shades because I'm losing a little bit of that like really beachy color that I got, but I'm not quite back to N1, and I don't have N2 at home, so I'm gonna mix N3 with a little bit of N1. So I'm gonna start with N3 first, just because I am a little bit darker. So I just like to do, let me try to do this. I'm gonna do about that much of the N3, and then we're gonna shake the N1, and we're gonna do about that much of the N1 on top. And then, because Face + Body is activated by heat emulsion technology, I'm just gonna take my finger and kind of rub it together just to mix it, kind of like that. And then we're gonna start to apply. And remember, if you're new here, hello. Face + Body, you're actually encouraged to use your finger to apply because as I mentioned, there's heat emulsion technology in it, and what that means is that the heat and friction from your finger or your skin, whether it's already on the face or on the back of the hand, it bonds itself together and then it becomes a little bit more schmedium. You get a little bit more coverage, and it just blends in really nicely. But I will go back in with a 170 brush just to kind of blend it. I'm trying to not get foundation in my hair. Just so it blends really nicely into the skin, because the only thing with applying foundation with your finger is it can get kind of streaky, and also you want to make sure that your hands are clean before you start applying, because you know our hands are gross, so we don't want to leave any bacteria on the skin. But I love this this foundation so much. Making sure I got everywhere. Okay, then we're gonna go in, oops, got a little bit more. We're gonna go in with the 170 and just kind of buff the edges. Pull everything down on the neck, kind of press it into the skin. Okay, next we're gonna go in and take care of the eyebrows. First we're gonna start with a spoolie brush and then comb the hair up just to get it ready to go. And I am desperately gonna need to get my eyebrows done soon. Here's the hard part of having my bangs down while doing this. There we go. Okay, then we're gonna go in with the False Lash Maximizer, which is this really awesome primer that I love that's gonna make my eyebrows really nice and fluffy. And we're gonna go against the grain of the hair. Try not to get it in our other hair. Do the other side. Okay. Oop, it's in my lap already. Then we're gonna go in with the Big Boost Fiber Gel, and I'm using the color Stud. We're just gonna clean off the excess there, and then we're gonna draw a line right underneath, kind of like right here. Oh gosh, that's one of bad idea. Blend it up. Okay, next we're going to use the brow styler, and I'm using the color Spiked, and we're just going to crisp up this underneath area right here. All the way over. The thing with eyebrows is they'll like kind of tell you, even if you don't have a ton of shape, your brow will tell you exactly where it wants to go, and you just kind of follow that natural footprint of the hair, and boom, you got your natural brow hairline. Next, I'm gonna go back in with the False Lash Maximizer. And this time, instead of going against the grain of the hair, we're just gonna comb it up. Finally, last step for the brows, we're gonna go in with some Studio Finish concealer and a Sigma flat definer brush just to clean up underneath. So just put a little bit of concealer on the tip of that brush, and then we're gonna color right underneath here just to clean up that brow, make it really nice and crisp. Is also a really great way to help you procrastinate from going and getting your eyebrows done, because the concealer is gonna kind of soften and hide that extra growth. And then no new product, but I'm gonna lay it flat along the back here and then just kind of pull it down. That's just a little something I like to do for my eyebrows. You don't necessarily have to, but I like the way that looks. Okay, now that the brows are all nice and fluffy, we're gonna go in for the eyes now. I'm gonna start with our tried and true 24-hour extended eye base primer. Well, you're gonna do about that much on the tip of our fingers. And then we're just gonna rub it in. And then cover the lid from brow bone to lash line. Next, we're going in with the Prolongwear paint pot in the shade Contemplative State. Just this really pretty Dijon mustard color. And I'm gonna be using a MAC 286S brush. It's dirty, don't judge me. And kind of pick that up. I'm just kind of tapping. And then gonna dust that on the lid. Now, technically the Prolongwear paint pot is an eyeshadow primer. It just has some color to it. So if you are fortunate enough to not have oily eyelids or eyelids that crease, you could probably skip the 24-hour Eyebase if you wanted to and just do the Prolongwear. That's how I used to do it, and then all of a sudden my eyelids decided to start to crease like crazy, even though I already had the paint pot on. So I double duty it, and I mean, I feel like y'all know me well enough now to know that I don't just do one thing. I like to use multiple. So it just adds that extra insurance just to make sure that I'm not gonna crease and that it's not, like, weirdly sometimes my skin can like absorb some eyeshadow shades. Like there's one of the Powderkiss shadows. I think it is Fall in Love or something like that. Weirdly, my skin just like absorbs the color. So I just kind of make sure that I have that extra insurance just to make sure that that shadow is going to stay and it's not gonna crease. Next, we're gonna go in with our underbrow highlight shade. We're gonna be using our tried and true and Nylon with a 239 brush. We're gonna pick that up and then pop that underneath that brow bone. And try not to get it in your eyebrow, which I was not successful at doing, but that's okay. That's okay, because we'll just go back in with, do you like this little like head thing that I'm doing since my bangs are down? I don't even remember what I was, you can just go back in with that brow styler and just add a little bit of color. It's not gonna really change the game too much, but you know. And because we're doing a halo eye today, I'm not gonna pop any of that inner corner highlight in. There we go. Next, we're going to add the transition shade, and we'll be using the shade What Clout, which is a Powderkiss eyeshadow, and we'll be going in with a 224 or just a fluffy brush. Pick some of that up, and that's gonna go right in our crease. Come on, bangs. And we're just going back and forth using the windshield wiper and swirl motion just to make that color really diffused, really even. A little bit more. Put that on the other side here. I'm not taking it all the way up to my brow bone, but I am taking it up fairly high just to really soften the shade interruption between the Nylon and then the Contemplative State. So we're just kind of softening those two together, making it really nice and smoky. Next, we're going in with a few shades from the Vault collection from Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. Looks like, ooh, there we go, looks like that. And the first shade I'm gonna be going in with is the shade, you know what, because I want to add yellow, so we're going to do the yellow, is the shade right here called Access. And I'm going to be using a 221. And then I'm just going to place that in this outer third area here. Pick up a little bit more. I'm going to add it inner corner, that inner third of the eye. And I'm kind of pulling it up, but I'm not really blending that center area here. Okay, do the other side so you can see it again. Outer third. shadow kind of matches that pillow back there. I love a really buttery yellow eyeshadow. It just makes everything so interesting. And it makes my eyes hella green, so you know, always trying to make that happen. Next, we're going in with the shade Agent, this really pretty orangey shade, and same brush, make it super easy. And we're basically gonna do what we just did, except we're gonna take it a little bit lower. So outer and inner. Next, we're gonna go in with the shadow Devoted to Chili, just a Powderkiss, same 221. And we're gonna do the exact same thing that we did with the other two shadows. Not outer third. And then inner third. I literally just decided like seconds ago to add this red in. I really wasn't planning on it, but you know, guess I decided to be an agent of chaos today. Okay, and the last shade that we're gonna be applying today is the shade right here called Prowl, which is this really nice, just warmer tone brown, and I'm gonna be using a 219 pencil brush, and this we're gonna be applying the closest to our lash line. Look at that definition, so nice. Okay, and then the inner corner again. I know it may seem like that this is a lot of shadow. It is and it's not. I mean, you can really see the progression of the color. That's why I don't like to use really heavy colors and then just like blending like crazy. I just really enjoy adding like multi-levels of shades just because it makes the eyeshadow so interesting. Because it's just so much more multifaceted and just so much more dimensional, because there are more undertones, there's more whispers of color all the way up. It just, I don't know, I feel like it makes your eyeshadow look so much more like rounder, like the color rounder in a way. I'm not doing a very good job articulating exactly what I'm trying to describe, but like, I feel like you get it. You know, it just makes it like, look at it, look at it, look, there's so much personality. Ugh, all the way up, top to bottom. And we still have one more to go. Okay, for our center shade, I realized too late, but I want to use it. It's a Makeup Geek pigment, which I'll put the name down on here once I do the research, but I can't do it right this second. The case used to look like this, but I broke it the other day, so now it's in a Tupperware container. But I love it, so I wanted to make sure I kept it because I have like so much left. But I'll be sure to put it below what the name is. But a dupe for it is Vanilla Pigment from MAC Cosmetics. But we are gonna take another 239 and grab your Fix Plus or makeup setting spray, anything with glycerin in it. We're gonna pick up a bit of the pigment, so it looks like that. We're gonna take the Fix Plus and wet it, and then we're gonna pop that right in the center here. And I'm just kind of patting, just really keeping it in that center portion of the eye and taking it up to where my crease is, so about right in there. other side. Do a little bit again. Put my mirror down. And again, I'm just kind of patting side to side, not pulling, stopping right at that brow bone or that natural crease. Then I'm gonna go back in with that 221 from before, no new product, and I'm just gonna kind of soften. And with this, I almost kind of like to blend it in rather than out because I wanna make sure I'm keeping that pigment in that center area. And I just feel like if we pull this way, it's just gonna pull the pigment out. And I wanna make sure that it's staying in that center area. And then if you feel like you need it, which I kind of feel like I do, I'm gonna take that, the 219 or that pencil brush, Q-tip as well, with a little bit of that Prowl again, just to kind of darken that area right in here. Because sometimes you can lose a little bit of that once the pigment goes on. But I really want to focus that brightness right in that center to really drive up the eye. Okay. And then this is just an extra step if you're a monster like I am and you decide that you want to warm up that highlight up top. You can just take another 239 and then grab the shade Vex, which is right here, which is just a little bit of a, it's a duochrome kind of, where it's kind of pink, kind of yellow. But we're gonna put that on the tip of the brush and we're just gonna put that, well, where's my thing? There it is. We're gonna put that right on top of that nylon just to warm it up the slightest bit. So if you can see the difference, it's a little bit warmer. This is really, really bright. Just something that I've been doing recently and I really like the way it looks. This, you absolutely do not have to do this step if you don't want to. But if you're a monster like me, do it. Okay, now we're gonna tight line the eyes. I'm gonna be using the Technakohl liner in Graphblack. I'm gonna make a really ugly face when I do this, so be prepared. So I'm just gonna open it, close, go back and forth. Open, close. Voila. Okay, now that the eyes are done, we're gonna go in and take care of the rest of the face. So first, very sad news. My now discontinued highlighter pen from MAC in the shade medium is now empty. It's dead and gone. Very sad, RIP. Please bring those back, those were my favorite. Anyway, the next best thing we're gonna be using is the YSL Touche Clout. Touche Clout High Cover Radiant Concealer. And I think I'm using the shade 7.5. I don't know, it's not on there. But so we're gonna pop that on. Oop, hair. Okay, so note to self, having the bangs down doesn't work. Or just, you know, do my hair when, or do my face when my hair still looks bad, but what else? Forehead, hair to the nose, Cupid's bow and chin. Okay, then we're gonna go in with a beauty blender. Next, we're gonna go in with some bronzer, and I'm using the shade Baina Bronze with a 116 brush. And remember, with bronzer or contour, we wanna go from the tragus to about where our end, the end of our eye starts. NARS Kabuki brush, looks like that, to do my nose. And I'm gonna go back in with that beauty sponge and then just crisp everything up. Now we're gonna go back in with that Asian shade and the Devoted to Chili and kind of blow out that lower lash line. We're gonna use the 221 from before. I'm kind of gonna go 1, 2 into the Asian and then 1, 2 into the Devoted to Chili. And then I'm gonna grab my mirror and then we're gonna apply that right down here and just wrap it right around the eye. Pencil brush, Q-tip, what have you. Gonna go back into the Prowl and then do the same thing, but we're gonna keep that closest to the lash line as possible. Okay, then we're gonna take that same 221, no new product, and then we're just gonna blend out that Prowl into everything else just to make it really nice and smoky. Next, we're gonna go in with the Glow Play blush in the shade Blush Please. And we're gonna be using a 168. And just kind of tap in here and then apply to the apples. Just kind of take it up. Next, we're gonna go in with our highlight shade and we're gonna be using the HyperReal Glow Palette in the shade Flash and Awe. I don't know why, like, I can say it if I'm not like trying to articulate it. I can say it like no problem, it just rolls right off the tongue. But if I'm trying to enunciate, then I'm like, palette, you know? And I'm using a Morphe M501. And we just, like with the piano keys, we just go, and we pop it right on top of that cheekbone. Kind of make that parenthesis right around the eye. Nose, Cupid's bow, chin, and forehead. And, you know, drop it down, make it make sense. I don't know why I'm doing this because I'm just going to move it again to do the Fix Plus. And then we're going to take our Fix Plus and just undo all that work we just did with the bangs. Take that and let that set. Now we're going to take care of our lashes and first go in with the Floss Lash Maximizer again. Technically this is just for the lashes, but as you saw, I love to use it at my eyebrows and I use it in my eyebrows every single day. But so we're going to put that on first. And lash primers are much like skin primers in that they're adding a barrier between your hair and the mascara itself, so it's keeping the hair moisturized and protected, but then it's also gonna let the mascara and your lash live its best life. Next, we're gonna go in with the Extended Play Perm Me Up Lash, and here I'll show you the difference. So this is the difference between the two because I use both of them. But so this is the Perm Me Up Lash, so you can see the curvature of the barrel. And then this is the original where it's just straight across. I like the curling oil for my top lashes because that's the difference in formula between the two, is that the Perm Me Up has curling oil in it. So the longer that you wear it, it helps your lashes stay curled. But it still has that yumminess from the original Extended Play where the fibers wrap around your hair and pull it out and up, hence the name extended play. It extends your lashes. But I don't necessarily want my lower lashes to be curly, so that's why I use the two different formulas. Plus, I'm extra. Have you met me? Okay, and I got a little bit on my lid, but that's okay. We're just gonna take the brush and then just wipe it away. Just kind of blend it like we did earlier. And now lastly, we're gonna add the extended play onto the lower lashes. And I'm gonna go ahead. But like, look at the difference in my lashes. Like, oh, so good. You're in for a treat today because I'm actually gonna put a little bit of lipstick on. I'm gonna be using the Powderkiss lipstick in the shade Stay Curious. And I'm just gonna kind of press it into my lip. I want it to look a little bit like just kind of worn. And boom, we're done. I feel like I say this every single time. I really love how this turned out. I love a good, just sunny, bronzy, summery look. And I feel like we got exactly that. I like a bronze, but sometimes a bronze can just be like weirdly gray or like too brown. And I really liked how warm this is. I mean, that's rich coming from me. I mean, oh, I like a warm smoky eye. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video like I end every video and ask, how did you show up for yourself today? I will go first. Kept up with my morning routine. I'm a big person when it comes to routine. That just makes me feel very normal. Made a few phone calls today, did a couple of businessy things, just, you know, checking stuff off the to-do list. Love that for me. I'm also filming this late, so I'm literally filming it today and then hoping to get it up later today. So I've had some stuff change professionally. So got a new job, so like figuring stuff out with that, but making sure that I'm staying accountable and staying on schedule. So didn't go up first thing this morning. Hopefully it's gonna be up by this evening. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I super appreciate you. If there's anything that you need hyping up on, drop that down in the comments. I would love to hype you up. I am your hype girl. And as always, like and subscribe, you know, dink me out to the universe. I'd super appreciate it. Trying to get 15 likes on this video, so hit that like button. Thank you guys so much again, and I will see you next time. Bye.